You ever get that feeling when the skies are dark, it's really quiet, you get that eerie sense that Mother Nature is about to show you how powerful she really is? That's where I feel like the real estate industry is right now. Let me explain that in a second. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Brian Simmons here, eXp Realty. It is March 23rd already, my birthday week. So, gonna be 25 this year. That's a lie. Just joking. Anyways, here we go. Between Jackson and Josephine counties, we have on the market today 638 active single family residential listings. Okay. 144 new listings hit the market in the last 7 days, 82 price reductions. 40 listings came back on the market, 135 went pending, and 118 closed, which is the highest of the year, again, for the second week in a row on the closing side. So we also had 20 that came off the market, either expired, withdrawn, or canceled. So that altogether brings us to 5.41 weeks worth of inventory based on a snapshot of just that week, which is coincidentally the exact same we were at last week. So what we saw is that the inventory number kind of crept up a little bit, but so did the closings. So that offset it, and we are the exact same week's worth of inventory as we were this time last week. So the market's looking good. Nothing really there to discuss further. It's the same as it was last week, essentially. So we'll just go ahead and leave that there. But if you have questions on it, let me know and I can talk further about it. But for now, I want to get back to this storm I was talking about. Let's talk about the storm that's brewing. So Glenn Sanford is the founder of eXp Realty, billionaire founder, and he is a very, very, very smart dude. And he shared some insight recently that I think is worth sharing with all of you. And I want to make sure that we are on the same page about a couple things here. Number one, Glenn Sanford has great advice, and it's not because he's a billionaire, okay? Because he's a billionaire, he has access to some really, really smart people who are just the top of the top in their respective industries. So whether that be financial planners or economists or whatever the case is, being the founder of a company like eXp that's publicly traded and being, in that circle, he has access to people who are very, very intelligent about these things. And so what he's saying, I think, is worth listening to, okay? And what he's saying is relevant to the industry, the real estate industry as a whole, not the real estate market, okay? Our local real estate market is what we talk about every week with the different inventory levels and what's going on. That's the real estate market. The real estate industry is the bigger whole, picture that we look at with all these different brokerages, the EXPs, the Remaxes, Keller Williams, all these different brokerages, and the overall landscape that is, on a national scale is the real estate industry. Okay, so I just want to make sure we know that we're talking about the right thing here. Because what Glenn says is that the real estate industry is going to be facing some pretty big changes coming up here in the next, who knows how long. Could be by the end of this year, could be in a couple years, could be 5 years. We don't know. But what he's saying is that there is going to be a change in the market, okay? And that he expects to see a 25 to 30% reduction in the amount of transactions that are taking place. Okay, so that'll obviously have an effect on our market. Okay, if we have 25 to 30% less transactions happening in our market, you would probably expect to see home values stabilize. I don't know that that'll make them go down. It might, but I think it'll definitely make them kind of stabilize. Okay, so we won't be seeing this 15, 20 something percent per year that we've been seeing recently, in my opinion. Okay, so anyways, so he says he sees that coming due to a lot of the different economic things that the Fed is doing, okay, changing their monetary policy and doing things like that, okay? So the effect that he says that's going to have is when you have this reduction from 25 to 30% of transactions, that's going to have a massively terrible effect on a lot of the companies in the real estate industry that are not profitable, okay? And so whether that's, you can look it up. This is all public knowledge, so I'm not, trying to trash anybody by naming them, but Compass, Open Door, Redfin, Fathom, Real, a lot of these companies are going to have a really, really tough time because they're not profitable, because their business model isn't producing a profit. They're basically relying on getting infusions of capital that has been possible because the Fed has been pretty easy with their money policy. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Who knows? Maybe they'll go out of business, some of them. Maybe they'll get bought up by others. Maybe there'll be some consolidation. We don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. I mean, you could set your watch. Something's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. And when you're in a company like this, like EXP, that is profitable, that is growing like crazy, that is, one of the ones on the top of the in the pinnacle of the industry, it's going to be fun sitting back and watching and seeing what happens to some of these. And I hate to say it's going to be fun, but it is going to kind of be fun because a lot of them say that our model is one that wasn't going to work and all this kind of stuff, and it's working. So we'll see how it all shakes out at the end, but I just want to share that that's what very, very smart people are saying is likely to happen in this industry in the next who knows how long. He says end of 22, maybe into 23, but he also says that that's not, don't take that one to the bank. But we'll see what happens. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. If there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and check out the full version of my newsletter so you can see all of my favorite listings. There's some really, really amazing listings on there, as well as some really unique buyer wants, okay? So you should check those out because you might know somebody who has said to you, maybe, hey, you know what, if somebody was willing to pay me this, maybe I'd sell. There's a few of those buyer wants on there that maybe you know somebody that's willing to sell that has something similar to what they're looking for. So have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.